What's up my friends, my name is Forge and welcome to our brand new video. This my friends is the Totem of Undying, an item designed to save you from certain doom. To normally obtain this item, you need to travel to the Woodland Mansion and find yourself an evoker. Once you take out the evoker, then it will drop a Totem of Undying and 1 emerald. What if there were more types of totems to use though? In today's video, we look at the More Totems add-on created by Lord Rand, which introduces 26 new totems that you can use in your Minecraft worlds. If you guys want to get this add-on, there will be a link down below in the description. If you guys enjoy these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like. That'd be very much appreciated. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe to the channel and so you never miss an upload. And let's get right into the showcase. We're going to begin with the first totem, which is the axolotl totem. I'm sure many of us have been at this point in our Minecraft worlds. We go a little bit too deep within the oceans and we start to drown inside the oceans. But before we can make our way up to the surface, we do end up drowning. Well, for the axolotl totem, once it does activate, you will get some of the standard buffs from the Totem of Undying, like regeneration 2 and fire resistance, as well as absorption. But you also get water breathing, so this is going to be your best friend for when you do end up drowning inside the oceans, and it will just give you an extra dose of life. In order to get the axolotl totem, you first need to catch an axolotl, then you place that right in the center of the crafting grid, grab some gold and surround the poor axolotl, then you get yourself your axolotl totem. Our next totem is going to be quite messy, because it is the blaze totem. So let's say you have yourself a mob and the mob is attacking you. Well, once a mob does end up killing you with the totem, then it's going to ignite the floor on fire, and you also get fire resistance, you get absorption, and you get some regeneration. Seriously, I told you this was a messy one, and the Vindicator ended up dying. So I do not recommend doing this near your house or your bases, because if you do that, then bad things will happen. The blaze totem is crafted with 1 blaze powder surrounded by 8 gold. Our next totem is the bee totem. Whenever you end up dying with this one, it's going to activate and spawn in some bees, and then you also get resistance, fire resistance, and absorption just like before. And that Vindicator is after me now. Back, I tell you. Back, I don't have my totem. The bee totem is crafted with a honeycomb with 8 gold surrounding it. Our next totem is a lot safer to use, because all we have to do is hold it. This is called the cat totem, and once you hold it, then you'll get yourself some night vision. So definitely going to be very good for when you want to see underneath the water, or even when you're down inside the caves. And the best part is, you can even put it in your offhand slot, so it should make things a lot easier to use it. The cat totem is crafted with 1 raw cod with 8 gold surrounding it. Then we have the creeper totem. So whenever you end up getting killed by some mobs, then it's going to activate and it will damage the other mobs around the area. This totem is crafted with 1 gunpowder surrounded with 8 gold. When you surround an ender pearl with 8 gold, you will get yourself the ender pearl totem. This is basically a golden ender pearl. So whenever you throw it, it will teleport you like an ender pearl, but it also gives you the Totem of Undying buffs such as fire resistance, absorption, and regeneration too. So if you're really low on health and need to get away really quickly, then simply destroy one of these and then you should be all good to go. Our next totem is the Ender Dragon totem. So the Ender Dragon totem, whenever you end up dying with this one, then it will cause dragon breath to spawn around the area and it will start damaging the mobs. But on top of that, you get regeneration 2, resistance, fire resistance, and about 2 minutes of health boost 5. The totem is crafted with dragon's breath with 8 gold surrounding it. Our next totem is a slime totem. So whenever you're taken out by mobs, then it will push back other mobs around the area. I think this is definitely going to be a very handy totem when you're down inside the caves and you get absolutely surrounded by mobs. Slime totem is crafted with a slime ball surrounded by 8 gold. When the spider totem is used, it will activate and cobwebs will spawn around the area. Even though it slows down the mobs, it also slows you down. So you gotta be very careful with that totem. The spider totem is crafted with a spider eye surrounded by 8 gold. The villager totem is quite bad because it gives you the bad omen effect. So make sure you're not near any villages when you do end up using that totem. The villager totem is crafted by using a block of emerald surrounded by 8 gold. The next totem is a personal favorite of mine, because whenever you activate it, it gives you abilities like an iron golem. It will give you absorption 2, fire resistance, resistance 2, regeneration 2, strength 2, slowness 2. So this is definitely going to be a really good totem to use if you're wanting to get a lot stronger and fight off the monsters that killed you. The iron golem totem is crafted with 1 block of iron surrounded by 8 gold. When you end up dying from the enderman totem, it will throw an ender pearl and teleport you in a direction. You can create the enderman totem by placing an eye of ender and surround that with 8 gold. The next totem is the shulker totem. Whenever you're holding the totem and get taken out, whatever mob did the damage to you, it's going to get the levitation effect. That's actually pretty satisfying. Goodbye, buddy. Enjoy the fresh air. The shulker totem is crafted with a shulker shell surrounded by 8 gold. While the shulker totem makes other mobs levitate, there is the feather totem, which makes you levitate. So the feathers in my hand, I'm taking out, and we got a little bit of levitation. Levitation doesn't last for too long, but it should be long enough for you to escape. You can craft the feather totem by using a feather and surround that with gold. Our next totem is the gas totem. Whenever you get taken out by a mob, it will shoot a fireball like a gas. Now luckily the fireball isn't too big, so it's not going to cause that much damage, so you should be able to rebuild any damage done. The gas totem is created by using a gas tier and surround that with 8 gold. Next up is the pufferfish totem. So when you're taken out by any mob, it will cause the poison effect to go on that mob. This totem will not be very handy if you're going up against undead mobs, because poison does not affect them at all. But if you're going up against like illagers or endermen or any other mob that's not undead, then this will be a very good totem for that. The pufferfish totem is crafted with a pufferfish surrounded by 8 gold. Our next totem is the wither boss totem. So when you're taken out with this one, it will cause a small explosion and it will damage any mob around that area. I was really hoping that they would have had the wither effect as well, but maybe that's something the creator could look into. The wither boss totem is crafted with 1 wither skull surrounded by 8 gold. Our next totem is the phantom totem. So when you activate this totem, it will turn into nighttime and summon a bunch of phantoms. They will attack whatever is attacking you. But however, if you haven't slept for 3 days, then the phantoms will attack you. Because if you don't sleep for 3 days, then you'll get yourself the insomnia effect. And that is what the phantoms are looking for. They're looking for a certain amount of insomnia that you have, and if you go over 3 days, then they will go and attack you. So make sure that you sleep before 3 days are up, or else you're going to be in a world of pain. The phantom totem is crafted with a phantom membrane surrounded by 8 gold. Our next totem is the warden totem. Whenever this totem is activated, then it will give you the darkness effect. So you need to make sure you turn on the wild update toggle if you want to be able to use this totem properly. If not, then it'll just give you the same effects as a regular old totem does. The warden totem is crafted with 1 deep slate surrounded by 8 gold. Our next 5 totems do not give you any special properties, but they do work like the regular totem of undying. Whenever you activate them, they will give you the same effects as if you had a regular totem. If you surround a pork chop with gold, you get yourself the pig totem. Surround a leather with 8 gold, you get the cow totem. Surround wool with 8 gold, gives you the sheep totem. Surrounding an emerald with 8 gold will give you the villager totem. And if you place a totem of undying in the crafting grid, then you can make yourself the sus totem. As I explained earlier, these totems work just like the regular totem does. So you activate it, then it revives you. For the villager totem, I think it would be really cool if it gave you Arrow the Village. And our final totem for today is the piglin totem. Now the cool thing about the piglin totem, as long as you're holding it, piglins will not harm you. This is definitely going to be best friend inside the nether. So now you no longer need to wear your golden armor. Instead, you can suit up with netherite. You can grab yourself one of these totems, go straight over to the nether, and you'll be absolutely safe in the piglins. And the best part is, it would even work like the regular totem does. If you decide to take it out of your hand, well, that's not a good idea, because the piglins will go all aggro at you, and if you equip it again, they will still attack you. So yeah, it's not a good idea to unequip it anytime. And as I mentioned, once you end up dying with this, it will end up working like a regular totem, so it will revive you. To get the piglin totem, grab a block of gold, place that in the crafting grid, and surround that with 8 gold. That's basically it for all the different totems that you can get with this add-on. And some of these will be useful for certain situations, and some are going to be really good for keeping monsters at bay. If you want to get this add-on, there will be a link down below in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, consider leaving a like, subscribe if you're around here. Hope you have a logical day, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.